Hey, what's happening YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing the unboxing of the new Huawei Y5 2019. This is a cheap budget phone offered by Huawei. It is not the entry-level device because the entry-level devices are usually the Y3, but it's just above the entry-level devices. This phone's supposed to be basically in direct competition with the Samsung Galaxy A10, which is a great phone as well, but it's a little bit more expensive than this device. And if you look at the specifications, they're quite similar, these two phones. So as we can see, this is a near bezel-less display with a decent sized chin at the bottom here. And we can see the display of this phone. It continues the trend of smartphones that we are seeing in 2019 and 2018. As we can see, this phone has a notch here on the top. Some people call it a water drop notch. Some people call it a dew drop notch. Whatever the case is, it's a notch here on this phone. If we look at the actual box itself, we see the device here, of course. On the side here, we see that this phone has 32 gigabytes of internal storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. There's another model as well on this device that comes with 16 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. In terms of the color that we have on this specific phone, is the amber brown color. There's three other colors. There's a midnight black color, another black color as well, and then there's a sapphire blue color. But apparently the most unique color of this specific phone is the amber brown color, which is the one that I got. Other than that, in terms of the box itself, we have nothing else except just Huawei branding. So let's get to the actual unboxing. If we remove the box here, we'll see that we have the device itself here. We can see that Huawei do call this a dewdrop display. We can see it's 5.71 inches. This phone has a 13 megapixel rear camera with f1.8 aperture, 32 gigs of storage, as I said, and yeah, it doesn't look like this phone has any fingerprint scanner. So in terms of the security of this phone, we'll be using face unlock, so I'll have to be testing that to see how good this face unlock of this specific phone is. So we'll just put the phone here on the side for 1 second. We'll see what else we get in the box. We can see this is the retail unit that I have here, so we have stickers for the IMEI number. In terms of this, let's see what else we get in the box. We've got in here, we've got a SIM ejector tool, which is standard on these phones, and other than that, we just get a booklet. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get any silicone case or any case whatsoever, which is a bit of a pity because usually on these cheaper phones they give a case with it. Nonetheless, we see here that we have a normal power brick. As we can see here, let me just focus here. This is a 5 volt 1 amp, so unfortunately no quick charging on this device here. And then we get a micro USB cable, so no USB type C unfortunately. And we see that we get headphones as well, which is quite nice for Huawei to provide that. It's not obviously expensive earphones, but for the cost that you're paying for this phone, it's nice to see that they've added earphones within the phone. So I'll just put the box to the side here, and let's look at the actual device itself. You can see here on the front of the phone we have the dewdrop display, a small little chin here. On the side of the phone here, let's just see here. I'm sure this will, let me just have a look in here. On the side of the phone we'll have the SIM card slot, and I'm almost sure that this specific phone does take a micro USB, sorry, not micro USB, but a micro SD card. This specific phone I got it from Vodacom, which is a carrier here in South Africa. So unfortunately Vodacom does not provide dual SIM phones, but normally you will be getting a dual SIM phone if you buy this phone elsewhere in the world. So yeah, as we can see here, you can get there's a normal nano SIM and a micro SD card. So no dual SIM on my specific model, but normally you would get dual SIM on this phone. As you can see, this color is really nice because it goes on the side as well. And so on this side we have the micro SD card slot, sorry, and the SIM card slot. At the back of the phone here we have the 13 megapixel camera with a flash, and we can see that this is it's like a leather, it's a soft feeling back cover. And if we look here at the back, it says here, obviously it tells you how to put in the micro SD card as well as the nano SIM. On this side of the phone, we see that we have the power on and off switch, as well as the volume up and the volume rockers here on the side of this phone. And if we see here at the bottom, we have the speaker, micro USB slot, micro USB for the charger, as well as a noise cancelling microphone here as well. And there's one on the top as well. On the top here we see another microphone, as well as a headphone jack. So let's just remove this here. So as we can see, it's quite it's a light phone. This very light. Obviously you guys can't see that, but it is very light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this phone switched on, and I'll just give you a configuration overview of the phone after it is switched on. Okay guys, so I've set up this phone now, as we can see here. Just a couple of things. This phone came with a pre-installed screen protector on it, which is quite nice. As we can see, this is the front camera, as well as this little notch. So in terms of the specifications of this phone does have LTE bands specifically supported here in South Africa. So there is 4G here, no 5G obviously. This phone was announced in April, and it's got released now recently in May. It's got released in South Africa in June, which is when I just got it right now. In terms of the display, we spoke about this earlier on. This is a 5.71-inch display. The resolution of the display is 1520 by 720 pixels. So this is a 720p display, and you won't be getting 1080p, unfortunately, on this specific phone. If you look at the operating system of this phone here, let's just go here to System, About Phone. We can see that this phone is running on EMUI version 9.0.1. I'll just have to see if there's any updates of this specific software, and we can see that this phone is running on Android 9 Pie, which is obviously the latest version of Android currently available. If we check here, and then the other things to look at in terms of the specifications is the CPU. It says this is the MediaTek MT6761 processor, which is also known as the Helio A22 processor. As I said earlier on, this phone has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and this is the resolution 720 by 1520. In terms of the other aspects of this phone can take a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte. So if you want to expand that 32 gigabytes of storage, you're more than welcome to. In terms of the GPU, which I didn't mention, this is powered by the PowerVR GE8320 GPU, which is also a bit of a low-end GPU. The CPU, like I said earlier on, is the Helio A22, which is also one of MediaTek's lower-end processors, but a decent processor. It's a quad-core processor, clocked at 2 gigahertz with a Cortex A53. Furthermore, if we look at the back of the phone, as earlier on I said, this is a 13 megapixel camera with a f1.8 aperture, and in terms of the front camera, we've got a 5 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture. In terms of the video quality that you get on this phone, you can record at 1080p at 30 frames per second, so no 4K on this specific phone. The other things to look at on this phone is it has a couple of sensors as well. This phone does also, another interesting thing, this phone has NFC built in it. It has FM radio as well, and in terms of the sensors, it only has an accelerometer and a proximity sensor. So there's no gyroscope on the specific phone, no other things as well. In terms of like I said earlier on, there's no fingerprint scanner. So I've set up my face on this phone. So just to show you how quick it unlocks, I'll show you 1 second. So as you can see there, it recognized my face almost immediately. It says slide to open. So you have to slide it and then it opens, almost like Apple's iPhones. And if you lock it again and it can't recognize, trying to recognize face, as you can see here, and it can't recognize, then it's going to ask you for the pin. Face not recognized, but it recognized my face relatively quick. So I'll just put in the pin here as well. Other things to note about this specific phone is here in South Africa, for those of you who are going to buy this phone in South Africa, it comes in at around 2000 Rand. I'm not too sure about the pricing in other countries like India, etc. But it's a relatively low-end smartphone with a decent price tag as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. If you did, please smash that like button as well as subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll be doing a lot more unboxings in the future. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.